is probably going to be the most boring video that you've watched on YouTube today. And it's because it's going to be a whole video that's just about making videos and video blogging. So it's sort of like a Inception type deal where I'm making a blog, or I'm making a vlog about making a vlog. But that's what I'm going to do, and if you want to stick around through that, I'm happy to have you. I think I'm just going to get right to the point of this, and that's that I'm thinking about upgrading my vlogging camera. And I know what you're probably thinking right now, Greg, didn't you just get an 80D for Black Friday? And I did, and that's what I'm filming this on, and it's a part of the, I don't want to say problem, but a part of the equation here. This camera that I'm filming with, I absolutely love it. It's my favorite camera I've ever owned. I use it every single day for my LEGO channel, and the quality is amazing. I love the ability to switch lenses for whatever situation I'm in. I'm just so happy with my purchase. It's so good. Now that we got my Canon 80D fanboyism out of the way, let's talk about my camera that I used to use. My Sony RX100 Mark III. This is the camera that I've used for the last 2 years, not only on this channel, but also on my Brickatech channel, which is my LEGO channel. I've used this for hundreds and hundreds of videos. Absolutely love this camera. And now, being that I do have the 80D, I find myself not really using this at all. It kind of just sits in the drawer, and I'm really struggling to find a purpose for it because at least right now, most of the videos that I'm making are all either in my studio down here or around the house, and it's very easy to use this 80D in that situation. Where it's not easy to use this 80D is if you're actually taking it places or going out in public with it, because it's a giant camera. In fact, I could probably show you what you look like, or what it looks like. If you're looking at the lens here, you see that giant thing on top? That's called a dead cat, and then here's the camera. So it's quite a bit larger than this one. And you're probably thinking now, well, why don't you just use your RX100 when you go out and vlogging? And the thing is, I've kind of thought about it, and this camera really isn't that great for doing that, because whether using a big camera like this or a medium-sized camera or a smaller camera like this, it's still very noticeable. Like if we walk into a store or wherever we're going, and I'm going like this, talking to this thing, even if this is down and I'm talking to this and I'm showing things like this, it's very noticeable and it kind of draws attention, which isn't something I necessarily want, and it's kind of embarrassing as well. Try to get to the point here. Being that I don't use this camera much at all anymore, and it's just been sitting in a drawer, like literally sitting in a drawer, I'm thinking about selling my beloved Sony RX100 Mark III that I've loved for 2 years, even loved it after it went crashing down the deck outside and got refurbished to mint condition just a few months ago. Before I go into any more about the sale, you're probably wondering then, well, what are you going to do when you go out vlogging? If you're not going to use your 80D, what are you going to use? And the answer is right here. Well, at least sorta. There's a cute picture of Clark Man for you guys. If you've been living under a rock for the last few years, this is an iPhone. Specifically, this is an iPhone 6S. I bought this in the fall of 2016. This is a 2015 phone. I bought it unlocked through Apple, and it's set up through Verizon. I love the phone. I don't love the camera on it. The back camera is okay. The front camera though, and the one that you would probably use like when you're actually vlogging, and I'm going to get to that in a second, that front camera is only a 720p camera, which doesn't look fantastic. In fact, I've done a couple experiments on this channel where I've vlogged with this, and I just haven't been happy with the quality of this versus this. But that has changed recently. I did a lot of research and I found out that the iPhone 8 basically rivals this. Like I've seen comparison videos where people have used this and they've used their iPhone, and the iPhone actually looks a little bit better, and that is really shocking. So what I was thinking about doing, and this may sound crazy, is I'm thinking about selling, maybe I'm doing more than thinking about it, I think I'm actually gonna do this. I'm gonna sell my Sony RX100 camera. Honestly, I have everything with this. I take immaculate care of my stuff. I've got the camera, I've got all of the packaging. In fact, I have all of like the paperwork, I've got all of the rubber bands, everything that ever came with this. I have it all in the box here. I also have a brand new case. I've got the charger that goes with it. I've got an extra battery, which is Sony as well. And trust me, you need an extra battery if you're gonna use this camera because the battery life on it's terrible. And then the last thing I have is this aftermarket charger that you can put the batteries inside, and that's very convenient. So that whole package together, along with this camera, I think I could sell for $400. We're gonna be adding some things up here, so let's just start with the camera. We're gonna say $400 for that is what I can get on eBay. I did a lot of research on it, and that's about what I think I would get with all of the stuff, including the 30 gigabyte SD card, which I forgot to mention. So we got $400 towards our iPhone 8, which I really want. Like I said, I've done a ton of research. I spent hours watching videos comparing the iPhone 8 to the GoPro to the iPhone 10 to you name it. I've watched the comparison video on it, and I determined that the iPhone 8 is what I want. That is going to be my vlogging camera. No matter where I go, the phone is gonna be with me. In fact, even here at the house, like I feel like I miss out on opportunities to film stuff with Clark Man, which I know you guys love to see, and Roxy Bear. I miss it because I just don't have that camera out. Like I said, it's sitting in the drawer, and even if it was out, it's just not as accessible. Like this phone is in my pocket all the time. And if I upgraded this, which again is the second part of this, I probably should have planned some of this out because I know this whole thing's getting very confusing. This phone, which I bought for $550 16 months ago, is now worth about $200 on eBay. So together you have $600 between the two of those, and an iPhone 8 is $700. So I wanted to throw this out to you guys. What do you think about me trading my brand new almost Sony RX100 Mark III, I say brand new because it was been completely refurbished, and iPhone 6s, which I've taken excellent care of. I got a cover on the front, I've got a cover on the back. This thing has been well taken care of as well. Trading both of these for a total of $600, and then ponying up $100 of my own cash to buy a phone that's just slightly better than this one in terms of performance, but slightly better in camera as well, point where it's as good as this. Do you guys think that's absolutely crazy to do? Kind of feel like I'm getting a raw deal here, trading both of these plus money for basically one of these. But again, it really just comes down to convenience and what am I gonna create the most content with? Is it gonna be the camera that is kind of awkward to take in public and is pretty much just sitting in a drawer? Or is it gonna be the thing that I have with me all the time and the thing that's very easy to take video with? With this out, you more or less just look like any other person that's on their cell phone. I mean, you're holding it in an awkward way, but I'm thinking like the times that I go to do yard sales, I can have this out very sneakily. It's really weird, and I say this from experience, it's really weird when you go to someone's yard sale and you have this camera out and you're filming all over the place, filming their stuff. People think that's odd, and you know, and I try not to be self-conscious, but it really is hard to do when you have this thing out. But with my sneaky cell phone, I could have this out and I could be talking to myself like this. I guess the point I'm trying to get across here in a very long way is that this is a very discreet way to make videos, and also a very convenient way. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing, and I've thought about this for the last several days, so I'm kind of sure that I want to do it. I know money-wise it kind of sucks, but I think about the 2 years of videos that I got out of this camera. I feel like I got every penny's worth out of this thing, plus I got it refurbished after I broke it. I got my money's worth out of this. This phone, on the other hand, not so much. I've only owned it for a fraction of the time. There's nothing wrong with it, but if I upgrade to the 8, there's really no reason to keep this one. And if you're thinking I should just vlog with this, trust me, the footage from the front camera just is not that good, and that's the camera I'm gonna probably be using when I'm doing vlogging, sort of like what we're doing now, so I can actually see what's going on in the shot. So I think that's gonna be the end of this awfully disorganized, rambly vlog about vlogging. Again, my goal is just to make as many videos and as much content as I can. Good quality, of course, but I want to be able to make those videos and have them to share with you guys. And I think this plan that I've set forth is probably going to be the #1 thing that'll get me there. And I guess one last thing before I wrap this up, if anybody is interested in buying Greg's World official vlogging camera and all of the stuff that I showed in this video, I'll sell it to you. I'd love to cut out the middleman, which would be eBay. It's a pain in the butt to sell on there, plus they take a bunch of fees. Again, I'm gonna sell this probably for $400. So if anybody's interested, again, you get everything that came in this box. You get the camera, which again works perfectly, with the exception of, I showed this in the video where I did the refurbished thing. It has this little message that comes up when you turn it on that says it's running an NTSC. If you just hit that, and then it's working just fine. So this thing, again, is in mint condition. I've got the extra battery. It's got a 32GB SD card on there. I've got the case, which has never been used because I actually got 2 of them by mistake, and I've got 2 chargers. So the whole kit and caboodle is there. So if you've been thinking about vlogging, or if you just want a piece of Greg's World, I'd be happy to sell it to you. Maybe we can set something up through PayPal if you send me the money. I can guarantee you can trust me on, I will send you my vlogging camera from 2015 to 2017, and that'll give me $400 toward my next purchase, which is going to be the iPhone 8, and then also kind of contribute towards the future of this channel, at least out in the wild. I'm going to be using this 80D anytime I'm in the house, anytime I get a chance, because I love it, but when we're out and about, the iPhone 8 is going to be my jam, and that's my plan. So let me know what you guys think. If you are interested, just send me a message, or so you can send me a direct message, or if you just leave a comment, I'll get in touch with you and we'll try to work something out here. That is it. Thank you if you are one of the 6 people that sat through this rambly vlog. I do appreciate it, but we are going to have good content for you coming up. I just got to get everything all figured out here. And on that, we'll see you in the next.